Aloha and welcome to the Local My Life. So, hope everyone's been having good with our last of the 4 agreements, which was be impeccable with your word. And I've been trying to focus on that over the last couple days. And one thing keeps popping up over and over as I look at my own actions and the actions around people. And I thought I'd just come in today with a real quick recording for people addressing that thing that keeps popping into my head over and over, and that is gossip. Every time I go out there, whether it be in my own personal life or going onto YouTube with my family, my friends, all of a sudden the word gossip pops into my head. Okay, I start thinking about what I'm saying and realize very quickly, good 70% of the time, when I find I am not being impeccable with my own word, I am participating in gossip. Tomorrow, Friday, we are going to be going on to the next of the agreements, which is don't take things personally, which everyone already knows, as I've said, is probably my hardest of all of the agreements. And I thought, okay, if I can't address some of these issues right now with my word, how am I going to be able to move on to not taking things personally? Especially when I hate to say it, 90% of the problems that I have with not taking things personally come down to gossip. Okay, most of the times when I start taking things personally, I'm listening to gossip and not listening to people just being open and honest with me about issues. It's more of that black magic that Don Ruiz Miguel talks about. Don Miguel Ruiz, sorry about that. Have to get the authors right because this author is awesome. And so I did want to address today gossip and a couple things with it. In Discord, we've actually been talking about it. Last night, I posted a couple questions. And I wanted to kind of revisit some of those questions today and take it a little further. Gossip is something we do quite often. It's something I think all of us, okay, no, I don't think, I know. Every one of us at one point or another has participated in gossip. I feel pretty comfortable saying that. I don't think anyone will get too upset with me saying that, to be honest. But gossip takes a lot of different fronts. It's not just when we're going and talking to other people about other people behind their back. Gossip also takes place when we talk about ourselves to ourselves. Okay, remember, gossip is black magic. Black magic is bringing negativity into the world. So a lot of times we will say things about ourselves to ourselves, tearing ourselves down. Okay, sometimes we say it straight in front of other people on top of it, making it 10 times worse. Okay, bringing ourselves down, cutting ourselves down, not seeing ourselves as the people that we can be. Instead, we're talking about the people that we don't want to be. But in doing that, we're perpetuating that over and over and over, telling people how horrible of a friend I am because I don't write my friends or I don't call them up every week or things like that. How is that truly helping me grow? If anything, all it is adding this feeling to myself that I am the worst friend in the world because I don't call my friends and I don't get on Zoom calls with them, or I have a wonderful group of ladies here in Hawaii that we used to get together and do tea parties, okay, via Zoom during COVID. It was amazing. And I got busy in my own life and all of us did, actually. I think all of us actually did if I look back. And we stopped contacting each other for those Zooms. We still talk to each other all the time on the outside. But that little time period, and I kind of got down on myself for a while about that because I was like, dang, I'm not doing that. I'm not being the good friend there and all. And I'm like, wait, all that's doing is tearing me down right now. Instead, how can I turn that around? Okay, how can I change that about myself rather than just focusing on it? And there are many ways that I could do that because these women are some of the best women I know. I mean, I love hanging out with them. I also have another group of women, as many of you guys know here on YouTube, that I love to hang out with. But we've got to be, if we can't be good to ourselves, how can others be good to ourselves, to us? if you understand what I mean. Okay, if I'm always talking bad about myself, how am I expecting other people to talk good about me? And also, let me just ask first, okay, think about for a second. These are questions, again, pull out your journal, open up Discord, think about it in your head while you're sitting outside, whatever you do when you address issues inside of yourself. Do you engage in gossip about yourself? What types of things do you say that are gossip about yourself? Do you do it just to yourself? Or are you going and saying these things among other people? I'm a horrible mom because I did this. I yelled at my kids the other day. Okay, all those things. How often do you find yourself gossiping about yourself? Okay, and how does that make you feel? Gossip leads us to feeling certain ways, whether it is, okay, and I'm not now just talking about gossiping about ourselves, gossiping in general, okay? Here on YouTube, okay, this is another reason why this has popped up over and over and over in my head the last couple days, is because I keep hearing so much gossip in Discords, in YouTube, okay, my own life, and I'm like, why do we keep returning to gossip? What is it that we are getting out of that gossip? How is that gossip making you feel? Okay, when you are talking to someone behind their back, what is the feeling you're getting from that? Because there's got to be a positive feeling behind that. Otherwise, why are we continuing to do that? Because if we felt horrible, which I know many of us do, I feel horrible when I do it. But why am I keep doing it? There's something in there that is making me to go back to it over and over and say things that I know I should not be saying. Okay, for me, in all honesty, it gives me this feeling of inclusion with other people. I'm not alone. Okay, goes back to taking things personally. Okay, we are a social group of people. We want to be with other people, and when you are in that relationship with someone where you're talking 1-to-1 or, okay, 5-to-5 or whatever, and you're talking about issues that are going on that you're seeing, you start getting this idea, oh, I know what's going on, power. Okay, because if you know what's going on in the community, there's this kind of feeling like, hey, I know something you don't know type thing. Okay, so there's this feeling of power, this feeling of being part of a group. This feeling of I'm not on my own anymore. Those are feelings that are positive. Okay, yes, they're coming from a negative place, but it's why we keep perpetuating that behavior over and over. Do you ever feel guilty though when you're doing it? I do. Okay, sometimes I catch myself, I start typing something, I catch myself and I pull it back. Sometimes I actually catch myself wanting to say to people, guys, come on, this is wrong. Let's take a step back and think about, is that person acting a way that you've acted before? Because 9 times out of 10, we are gossiping about a behavior in someone else that we ourselves show regularly. And that's what makes it also hard, because we don't want to see it in ourselves. So if we can point it out in other people, then we don't have to look at it within ourselves, if that makes sense. Okay, that person is saying all these things and getting upset about this, or bad mouthing other people. So we go and talk all about everything they're doing to people that we feel comfortable with, when in reality, we're doing the same exact thing. Or 24 hours before, we did the exact same thing. So yeah, I feel very guilty. Okay, I often feel very guilty, but I keep coming back to it. Why? Why am I keep coming back to something that makes me feel guilty in the end? It's that feeling of being part of a group. It's that feeling of power and knowledge and of, I think there's a part of us that starts to feel better than the other person because, well, we're not doing that right now. They are. We did it just 24 hours ago, but we're not doing it right now. And so gossip has this thing about just making ourselves, we feel bad about it later. But during it, there's so many amazing feelings that we start feeling. But again, black magic. We are putting negativity out there. Negativity begets negativity. Positivity begets positivity. How can I expect someone else to not gossip about me someday if they have just listened to me the day before gossip about someone else? Okay, something to think about. So we do these things with gossip. It makes us feel certain ways. But how can we change it? How do we change something that gives us certain very good feelings while we're doing it? Well, yeah, we know it makes us feel bad. We know there are negative feelings that come later after the fact often when we sit down and think about what we actually just did. So what are some of the things that we can do? Because that's where I struggle. I'm in the middle of a conversation with people and I hear the gossiping start, or I myself start it and I realize what I'm doing, but I don't know what to do. How do I stop this and just say, okay, this is it? I don't want to come straight out and say that a lot of times because I know or I think I'm going to piss everyone off. Okay, yeah, look there, Loco's sitting there and she can't deal with this and da, 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 da. We start second guessing ourselves and taking things personally. So I was trying to come up with some of the ways that I could do that without quite doing it straightforward. Change the subject. Probably one of the easiest things to do, and something a lot of us have done one time or another, is we start seeing that and we look for a way that we can change the subject real quickly. Okay, most of our gossiping conversations are not just a one-focused conversation. Other things keep coming into the discussion. So turn one of those things into a new subject. Change the subject at that point. Find something positive there and try to change the subject into that positive approach. Okay, if there's something in the discussion that is just generic and you can turn it into a positive discussion. Okay, maybe you're complaining about someone, was running the other day and they just looked horrible running because they weren't wearing a bra and they were bouncing around or whatever, trust me, I've heard them all. I've been part of them all. Turn it into running. Hey guys, have any of you guys ever thought about I need to start walking more lately. Anyone have any ideas on what I can do? Okay, that's coming off the top of my head, but how can you turn those conversations into a positive conversation? One of the harder ones to do, but if you get to a certain point, walk away. Okay, if you're on a text message, just slowly pull out of the text message. Okay, again, you're not stopping the conversation, but for yourself, you're saying, I can't be part of this gossip because I know I am practicing black magic at this point. I know I am putting negative energy out into the world and I need to step back. Or just remain silent. Okay, for many of us, especially when we are worried about what other people are going to think and stuff like that, it's hard to speak up, especially if it's a new group you belong to or something like that. So it's extremely hard to speak up. So, you know what? Staying quiet is better than nothing. Okay? Or it is nothing, but it's better than becoming part of the issue. Because a lot of times we become part of it because we just want to be part of the community, part of the social discussion. But just stay quiet. Throw a comment in there here and there that just supports friends, not the gossip, but the friends. And be yourself. But when it comes to the gossip portion of it, just that. It's hard. But it's probably easier than walking away. Okay, all of those fall on that continuum. Being silent is probably the easiest of them. Walking away is the hardest. Changing the subject, things like that fall in the middle. And it's just over time, you learn how to deal with the gossip better as you practice these steps. So something I'm going to ask people to start looking at and doing. We need to break these agreements. Okay, we need to break these agreements that say it's okay to gossip with other people because it makes me feel good. How are you going to do that? Well, start off by telling yourself you're going to do it. Okay, look at yourself in a mirror. Look at yourself in YouTube. I am going to break this. I cannot speak negatively about people because, as we're going to discuss tomorrow, I am going to be speaking negatively about myself in doing that. I'm going to break that agreement. And also, I will break that agreement. Make a new agreement. My new agreement is I am going to be impeccable in my word. I am going to speak the truth and honesty in my word. I am going to care about other people when I speak. I am going to support my friends. I am going to support the people that I may not be good friends with, but you know what? They are humans and they bleed just like me. I'm going to make that agreement. Now, I can make an agreement, but how do I put it into play? Okay, we all have those agreements that we make. New Year's resolutions, if you say. Practice. Practice makes perfect. Now, can I do this now and expect that it's going to last forever? No. I got to be realistic with myself. It's not going to happen. I'm going to make those agreements with myself. I'm going to make a promise that I will do this for 1 hour when I'm with my friends. I'm going to make the promise I'm going to do it for a whole day, 2 days, 3 days. I'm going to grow with it bit by bit, get stronger and stronger. And I will. I'll get there. And it's not going to happen overnight. I'm going to need my friends to help me with it. And I'm going to ask my friends right now who are watching this, help me with that. Hey, loco girl, you know what? Remember your agreement. Whether that is gossiping about others or gossiping about myself. Local, stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, if you ask me to help you, I will help you. Okay, but it's something I need to work on for myself. So tomorrow we're going to come back, and tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will come back and talk about the next of the agreements. They will be recorded for those of you who won't be there. We will have it recorded. So please come and join us. We're going to talk about not taking everything personally. This is going to be a fun one to deal with because this has been my hardest issue my whole life. So, I'm really looking forward, though, to actually talking about it and seeing how it goes with everyone. I've really been getting a lot from everyone on Discord. People are starting to participate in the journals, and we've got journal prompts in there for every day, and then we have prompts involving the 4 agreements. So I'm really enjoying what I'm hearing from other people now. And please, if you would like to join that, email me. My email is in one of my tabs. Please go check that out. Otherwise, please subscribe, hit that bell, hit that thumbs up right down there somewhere, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you guys. Aloha, and I hope you guys are having an awesome day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.